But, so,
That's
our
okay.
next one here, we are adding in comments, okay? This, I'm gonna show you how to do this. It's a super easy one. It is important that you show the kids to do this because it is a requirement if you get to it for their final project. They need to comment what they're trying to do. So if you start this with the pound key, it automatically turns it into a comment line.
Which
So-
is why it says this program prints a message and that's not showing up.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
So if we go right here, this makes, I'm not gonna write what it says on the left side. Say, hello, Python in the console. Okay, this automatically makes the hashtag or pound key, automatically makes it to where it's not a readable line of code inside of the console. So it's a comment.
It's a note to yourself.
Exactly. Or for someone else.
Okay.
If you have someone else looking at your code and be like, I need help with this one, they know what you're trying to do.
Got it.
So it's for anything.
It basically makes anything following it in that line
Yes, it's
Invis-
going to be this until the
invisible
next
from
comment.
the program running.
Yep,
Okay.
until the next comment.
Does the line go to infinity?
What do you mean?
If you keep typing, does it
It
stay
does go to infinity.
Yes.
line one?
Okay.
Yes, it will.
No word wrap?
No,
We have an issue.
Okay.
no word wrap.
Something just pops
So
up
it just gets
by
smaller and
accident.
smaller?
No,
It
actually,
just keeps
it
going.
adds
Okay.
Right
a
off the screen.
adds a scroll bar.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
That's what I was curious too, cause if you hit enter, then you're in a new line
I
for.
don't know if I was like full time.
Gonna go ahead. We're technically supposed to. So you will notice that this
Yep,
won't
and
let
there's a scroll
them
bar.
continue until they do what they're supposed to do.
they have
So
to
like
do
it
on
wants you to
console.
add another
Yeah.
hashtag on line 3 and then another print. And then you're gonna do print,
Oh, I was still on level 1. I was not refreshed.
and then you have to hit run once, and then you can continue. Now, it'll get even more complicated for them to actually finish this later on, as a heads up. But right now, technically speaking, I think, I can't do it now because I now have the continue, but I think if you didn't do anything, just hit run once, you could hit continue.
Were you viewing as teacher or viewing as student?
Technically, this is a student view.
Okay.
I always keep mine in student view whenever I'm in Python specifically, so that it's the same screen. They know exactly where to go. They know exactly what's happening. I don't like them to, especially when I'm working it with them. Yeah.
In innovation, those who have taught this, do they go over Python at all or any kind of coding?
This is their first experience with Python.
Because some kids come in knowing what code.org is. I just don't know what
No,
Where
they
they're
they
at.
only know block coding.
They're nerds.
So I will say the last unit, like the microbit unit,
Mhm.
they'll at least know how to block code. Now, will any of it look similar to them? No, because it's a totally different type of block coding. But they know what block coding is, and they know that
Like
this
drag and
piece.
drop and all that,
Yes, they'll know that part, and they know that like certain shapes go with certain things. They'll know that. That'll be easy. This will be their first experience with actual type coding if they didn't do it on their own.
Gotcha.
Because technically code.org, like their stuff in 6th grade, they can type all of that out. But it's also not Python, it's Java, which is different than Python with different rules and stuff like that. So it should be their first experience. Okay, so our next one, we're gonna create our first variable, which is super important, which is why we're gonna do this part together.
Which one did you click on?
A. Okay, so you can tell right now that it is not telling them exactly what to do. If you're seeing here, it's saying create a variable, but it is not telling them how to create that variable. Okay? Now, this is why it's a little complicated and why I'm going through this very slowly. To create a variable inside of Python, you literally just put the name of the variable. So they said it wanted to be named username. Okay? So this is now going to be our variable. We're gonna hit space and then equals. So it's setting, technically it's not an equal sign, but you're gonna say equals because you're used to saying equals. It's technically set to. If you didn't know, equals is a double equal sign, but we're not talking about that. Okay, username set to, and then we're gonna put whatever we want here. Okay. So I'm gonna put Jack Attack. Now it has something else here. You can tell them to put whatever they want, or you can tell them to copy and paste this. That's up to you. But it needs to be in quotes so that it is going to work later. Okay. Next, we want this to pop up on our screen. Okay. It does not tell you that you need to use this variable. It just says includes the username. This is something that they're sort of going to have to sort of look at. It has a coding tip down here for them to use. So it shows them essentially what it's going to look like, comma, first underscore name. So we're going to do print. We're going to add in our parentheses, and then we're going to also add in our quotes, and we're going to do welcome, comma, and then we're going to move outside of the or not parentheses, but the
Quote.
quotations, thank you, and then space, and you need to add a comma again, space, and then the name of our variable. So the name of our variable is username. And now when we hit run, it will say welcome Jack Attack.
We write you, okay.
If I wanted to add anything after username, do I need commas or just more quotes?
Commas. So each time you're switching into something else, so let's say we want to say space, comma.
Space comma, okay.
You technically don't need a space there, but I teach them to always put spaces, just because it makes it look
Easier to read.
cleaner.
Yeah,
Huh?
easier to read.
Yes. And it's not all smushed together. This space is technically necessary. This one is not. It's just one of those weird things, so I just make them space in between. So welcome Jack Attack, you da bomb. And now you'll see that it says welcome Jack Attack, you da bomb. So technically you can have multiple things in the same print line. So like you can see we start with a print with a quotation, add in a variable, and then end with that, with a quote. You can do that as many times as you want.
So there's all these rules and things you have to follow. It's just the way the computer receives information.
Yes.
So this is how computers
Not
speak.
all, it depends on what program you're running. So
Yeah.
certain programs run on certain types of coding.
So for this particular language,
Yes.
you've got to do it this way.
Correct. So there's a bunch of different languages. There's like Java, HTML, Python, C++, C++,
Basic.
Basic,
Links.
yeah, and then also like binary is technically a code. There's a bunch of them. It just depends on what you're trying to do, which
Yeah.
one you would pick to use.
That's a good way